Reaching on stretch now, the crude oil theft continues to pose as an economic challenge for Nigeria. A private security contractor engaged by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Tantita Security Services, has intercepted a suspicious 800,000-liter capacity vessel with stolen crude oil. Preliminary investigations revealed that the crude oil cargo was illegally sourced from a well jacket offshore in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria. It is also reported that the vessel has been operating in stealth mode in the last 12 years. Let's share the story with you.
Sailing at the Oporosa axis of the Escovos River in Delta State, this vessel, with an imposter identity, Tura 2, but originally known as Ali Razi, is reported to have been operating illegally in the nation's territorial waters since 2013. Laden with about 150,000 metric tons of illegally refined oil, is seized for crude oil theft.
We had credible information from our partners in progress, our private surveillance companies that have worked in synergy with forces of Operation Delta Safe. So on Friday, largely based on credible intelligence, that this vessel, MC Tura 2, was involved in theft of crude oil from an abandoned wellhead off the coast of Escravos, and the vessel was promptly arrested.
Being paraded are 12 members on board, comprising 11 Nigerians and a Ghanaian.
I don't know they are going to load crude oil. So when he took us there, by loading it, and I called my people that this is what is happening here, and my boss said I should leave there. So on my leaving, on my going back to my anchor position, I come across a Tantita Security.
He just got a bunch of intelligent guys that manipulated and changed his name in various international electronic platforms as Tura 2. From then, it started operating illegally in several waters, right from Cameroon to Ghana, but mainly loading in Nigeria for even STS operations to ships that are foreign. Our own job is provision of intelligence, both electronic and human, to the government security agencies whom we worked with and whom we continue to work with and whom have done very, very well to bring this ship to book after nearly 1 decade.
The Tantita Security Services, in collaboration with the security agencies, confirmed that the arrested vessel will be set ablaze on the 11th of July this year. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Oporosa.
Julie, it's almost impossible for Nigerians to mobilize a vessel that has a capacity of 800,000 liters to go and steal crude oil. Do you understand?
Yes.
So this is a kind of conspiracy from the top.
Of course, powerful people are involved in this.
It can't be just
powerful people, so the military involved, powerful politicians, foreigners. It's not
NNPCL officials.
Yes, it's not something that ragtag.
No. It's organized.
It is real organized crime. Organized crime. That's what it is. So now they are saying that yes, it has this ship, this vessel has a capacity of 800,000 liters, but they found on it 150,000 metric tons of crude oil.
It's been operating since 2013.
They found on it
11 years ago.
11 years ago.
That's what they found on it, and that is a lot. That is a lot.
Big one.
One thing that gladdens my heart is when they were saying, no, don't give Tompolo, don't give these private security people an opportunity to help. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Security of lives and property is not the job of government alone.
Some have said, why should they give Tompolo this? Why should they do but today,
the militants.
Today, even our output has increased on account of our greater seriousness to address the problem of oil theft. It has increased. If I responded, the increase was almost sudden, almost immediately after this decision.
Start identifying drain pipes that we have.
The decision, I mean, the improvement in our oil output came almost immediately. The decision was taken to get these people involved. I'm not doing PR for them. I will also not condemn the Navy, because I'm happy that the Navy and these private security outfits, they are working together. Their own duty is intelligence. Provide intelligence, get the Navy involved. They will bring their war boats to come and surround. You can see their war boats. You know, they will surround.
Blast the vessel.
They cannot go anywhere. They cannot go anywhere. So, and you had the naval general saying, he called them partners in progress. This is what we want to see. Amotekun in Ondo State, everywhere you have them, they too should, yes, they should work with the police to secure our people better. We've been losing so much money through oil theft. Look at, they said between, that's 90, the Nigerian agency, 90 said we lost 16.25 trillion to oil theft, which is $46.16 billion to oil theft in 12 years, 2009 to 2020. So if we were able to stop them from stealing this quantum of oil, you can imagine what $46.16 billion can do Nigeria in our country. It can change this country. And then some people who are just stealing it, who are behaving like, look, our waterways are too porous that people can do what they like. How can people bring a vessel this big into our country? How did they even get into this place in the first place? We should be able to secure our territorial waters to the point that they can't even come in. But they've come in now, and they were intercepted by this private security outfit, who then invited the Navy to come and help ensure that they do not escape. So it's a good thing. Let's not condemn every action that government takes, because sometimes we see the full benefits of some of those actions. Because I remember those who were saying, look, why should they bring them this and that? But you see now, they are working together.
You can even see some government agency, people working with some government agency, and you see them with stupendous wealth. You see all their children schooling abroad, buying houses, buying a lot of things abroad, and you want to look at how much is their legitimate.
When you compare, it means that, you know, some people have systematically over the years been bleeding Nigeria to dry, so that at the end of the day, for 11 years,
this is not the only vessel involved.
You cannot draw a parallel between this Cameroonian chip and the fact that when the oil subsidy was removed, people in Cameroon were protesting and cursing the Nigerian government. Because you cannot draw a parallel that, and they suspended their own refinery because they rely more on crude oil stolen from Nigeria. They rely more on oil exported, smuggled oil from Nigeria to fuel their own economy. They preserve their own. So what it means is that I don't know why people should say government should not employ private security. Where I stay, between Ijoko and Baja, 32 kilometers, the number of police stations we have, they cannot be more than 3. And the population there cannot be less than 5 million. Are you telling me that without a community development association having vigilante employing team, those people can secure themselves? So if CDA and local vigilante can be employed to secure the environment, why can't we employ people to secure our coastal water? More so, oil still accounts for 90% of our foreign earnings. So far it still accounts for 90%. It means that we have to use all legitimate means to secure our areas. What is the size of our Navy? We have to know that they are doing their best. But when they are overstretched, our territorial water is very big. Nigeria has the deepest sea in West Africa. From Tinkan Island to Apapa Port to Ondo State, we have the deepest port. And it's only our port in West Africa that can take deepest ship, ocean-going vessels. It's only us. So you can imagine that we are susceptible to thieves or oil theft coming from other countries to Nigeria. And because of the porosity of our territorial waters and lack of, it's a function of capacity. Are we going to use all our money to recruit people in Navy, Air Force to patrol our water? No. So let us employ private people to do it. It's a question of, if a woman, as I say, that if a man sees snake and a woman kills it, the most important thing is that the snake must not escape.
The snake does that.
So yes. So let us, you can imagine $46 billion, what we should do to our university system, to the infrastructure, to the health services, to our road system, to everything. $46 billion is a lot of money that we may not make for a very long time. So I think no measure should be too much to involve private initiative to reduce, we may not entirely wipe it out, to reduce the theft of our common patrimony.
If we have the political will.
I said it from the beginning that he wants to address this problem because oil theft is a threat to the Nigerian economy. You can imagine the quantum of money we have been
going on for so long.
This thing has been going on since the 70s. It didn't start today. It's just that this time around is so high to the point that OPEC, that we've been asking it to increase our quota.
$1.8 million.
They gave us, we cannot even meet our quota.
It is 900,000 that we are producing up to now. I don't know whether in the last 3 weeks we can only meet 990,000.
That's why Angola overtook us. Angola and Libya. Libya, a war-torn country, overtook us as an oil-producing country. Nigeria has always been the largest
producer. We are the 6th largest producer
in Africa. No, we've always been #1 in Africa. But Angola overtook us because of these shortings and constant.
After 1.8 million barrels per day, we can
so Libya too overtook us. That's when I knew that yes, we are in trouble.
In trouble.
How can these people be stealing on the average 500,000
liters
barrels
per day?
500,000 barrels per day. You can imagine if at a cost of 100. Let's even say
$50. Let's say they are selling
$50 per barrel.
Black market.
Look at how much those guys are making at the expense of the rest of.
And I think they have international.
Definitely, of course. Yes.
Every time you will see the registration of this ship, of this vessel. By the time they give us more fat, you see the registration. Some of those vessels come from Spain, from different countries. They have, and the oil thieves in Nigeria is
in dollars. They pay them
in stealing oil in Nigeria is well entrenched. They have international collaborators, and they are powerful. That is why we've not been able to put an end to this thing. You can imagine them directly from the high sea. They will be siphoning our oil and taking it all the way to
9 kilometers. There was a time it's called 9 kilometers of pipeline inside the sea down to the where the ship was parked on the territorial water.
That's Asari was
9 kilometers.
They are even taking it directly from the
source,
the wellhead, oil well, directly from the head of the well. They are taking it, just stealing this. Nobody knows how much oil we produce on a given day.
Nigeria is the only country.
No means of ascertaining that.
Nigeria is the only country that does not know what it counts. Whereas Saudi Arabia, they know how much they produce every minute.
They've used technology. I was watching, I think it was Al Jazeera that went there. They were using technology to track all their pipelines.
Drones.
They were using technology. We inside the room where that man was, you see computers, and he was pointing at. This is where this one is pointing at everything.
We don't even know our invisible pipelines.
They are the market leaders.
We have a lot of invisible.
Saudi Arabia is the market leader, both in exporting refined crude and even crude oil itself, because they've taken their time. Look at the kind of money that Saudi Aramco is making. This is a season when Nigeria should be making money. When Putin is fighting a senseless war in Ukraine. Today, we are the only major oil producer not making money.
They cannot make his own quota.
We are not making money.
We are not making money.
We are not meeting our quota. We are not. Oil thieves are dealing with us. We cannot. The kind of profit that Aramco has been declaring.
Yes, now
we can't declare that kind of money, and we are an oil major. So this is a sector, and I'm happy that Asiwaju is focused on that, because from the beginning, this is what he wants to address. I suspect that even that was why he allowed the Asari
because some people are just making they're playing politics. It's not about politics, it's about national survival. And we should, when we are talking of national survival, we should not play politics.
They don't look. People,
you employ anything you get to defend your resources.
Yes.
You employ anything whatsoever. You have to employ anything. It's not a question of sentiment. It's a talk, it's something. What are you saying?
But that is a stakeholder in that area, and he understands the game. All this stealing of crude, Asari too knows about it. We just have to stop this nonsense.
How can OPEC allocate 1.8 million barrels per day for us, and we cannot lift more than 990,000 barrels? So the remaining 9.8, some people get it.
It's questionable. And then even some of the oil companies in foreign even left Nigeria in anger. And oil theft is one of the reasons.
Yes.
You can't be producing and watching people steal what you are producing. They can't be happy.
Because what it means
some of them have left.
The one that has stolen here, they are sold cheaper in the international market, and it will affect their own profit.
They have international.
It will also, international cartel.
So they left. Some of those oil companies have left. So it's also affecting output. Because you've not been able to replace oil companies that left. Definitely it will affect your production level.
Tunde Abato, thank you for your contribution. Yes. And BKO, thank you for your contribution always. And that's our offering today. Join us for another episode of the program tomorrow. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11 p.m. Join us this Sunday for Journalist Hangout on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Osubaku. See you.